Okay. So who wants to start?
Okay, let's start by saying what we think about the poem. To start with, in my opinion, I see the poem really different if I take into account the title, or if not. If I don't see the title, I will see it as a romantic poem. But if I look at the title, I think about it with a sexual connotation. What about you guys?
Yes, I think that the title plays like a very important part in the poem, like to give it like a more erotic meaning, or yeah, because you read Aphrodite and you instantly connect it to love, passion, and it just changes the poem.
Exactly. Well,
Yes.
I agree with you, since I find it to be pretty erotic, not only because of the title, but also because of the stances of the poem, the content in general. So yes, I find it pretty erotic.
I think the same as you guys. I mean, if the title was not there, I think it may be kind of a sad poem, nostalgic poem. But now, well, see, well, of course, it gives us like a hint of an erotic or maybe romantic connotation.
For me, it is more of a romantic poem. I take it, perhaps because of my own experience, that it is this person who was waiting for his or her partner and meets this person again after a long time. So for me, it is more romantic than erotic.
Well, but here's when we can talk about triggers, right? Because for many of us, the title is a trigger. As Melanie said, she thinks about sexuality. I also think about just the word aphrodisiac. Like I think about the aphrodisiac food, and I think about the goddess of beauty and the Greek goddess that I don't know. She embodied sexuality, sorry, and also another word. Well, just the phrase "come find me," right? It's like an invitation, right? Like
Right.
it's like a, I don't know.
Yes, I
Like a
thought when I
seductive.
first read it, this "come find me" sounded like a bit arrogant for me. Like, I don't know, like, you come to me, but after like reading it a couple times, it just made sense. Like, yeah, like an invitation. Like, I forgot the word. Like provoking. Yeah, right. Provoking the other person, like tempting them.
Yeah. Well, in my case, the triggers, well, as Crystal mentioned, definitely the title, since, as you already mentioned, Aphrodite is the goddess of sex and love. And also the segment that says "at the edge of your shore." That was an instant trigger for me to think about sex and passion in general, because I analyze it from the sense that the shore is this part where the land and the water meet. So I think it to be like, I don't know how to say it, and for it not to sound like, I don't know, indecent. but basically where humidity and dryness meet. In this case, I would say I would definitely think about a person um, with vagina.
Yeah.
More explicitly, a vulva, because again, that's at least how how I understand it from my experience as a woman.
Yes, for
So
me, sorry. Yeah, for me it was the same. I mean, not that specific line, but the one that says heart, well, the first two, heart open as the sea and arms wide as horizon. For me, like the word sea is like synonym of wetness, right? Like regarding sexuality. And like arms wide as horizon for me, it's like a phrase that kind of a synonym to when a woman or a man spreads their legs so we can see the
Yeah.
horizon, let's say.
Yeah, I got the same image, like the same picture in my head, like the person that just laid on the bed or, and just stretched, like arms, legs just laying there.
But the way that I see it is that with arms as wide, I think of it of someone that is trying to hug someone, and with the shore or the edge of a shore, I think of the mouth, because the mouth is wet. When someone, if two people really love each other, when they kiss, their tongues should move a lot like waves on the sea. So for me, it is more related to kissing more than sex.
But there is also like the sexual element there, because even if it's just a kiss, there are two people sharing a moment and really probably desiring the other one.
Yep. That actually makes sense.
It's just like different approaches, maybe.
So we can agree that as a community, we read this poem that it is definitely about something erotic, although with different degrees, and that definitely it involves love, right?
Yeah. And here we can talk also about the concept of subjective criticism, because I think of our age or experience, also because we all took this course, we saw some of the content, we have been studying these topics and analyzing poems like this. So we can have like this perception of the poem as a sexual poem, right?
yeah, so I think this will bring us to interpretive community. Since in this case, I think that we would be, in this case, this community that understands the poem in this way. Probably other people with other experiences and beliefs and thoughts would think of it in a very different way.
Yeah, it's like I think we were discussing before, like regarding the subjective criticism, like what, like the experiences that may influence our understanding of the poem. Like, for example, Jason that was mentioning before that his relationship could, influence this meaning, and maybe like me that I'm single, I could interpret it completely different.
Yes, I mean, I don't know if it was Mariana who said it or Crystal, but the age and well, as Melanie said, the status of, well, our own status, like single or in a relationship or whatever, it can influence like regarding this poem. Maybe also like the experiences that we have had before. As what Jason said, it's not that well, yeah, I never thought of it as that, but when he said it, it made sense as well. Like, of course, there is
Exactly.
wetness between his,
Mhm.
and it's not as wide as opening the legs, but still, you open your mouth when you give like a long and intense kiss.
Mhm.
So that can be like the other meaning or one of many meanings as well.
Mhm.
Yes. So I think we are basically talking about the concept of identity theme because most of
Yeah.
us perceive it in a sexual way, right? But I maybe all of our perceptions are different as well. So
Mm-hmm.
in my case, I do think about it as I don't know, as it is a woman being given oral sex, but Jason perceives it in a different way, and maybe you perceive it also in a sexual way, but not exactly oral sex, right? Maybe some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that being a cis heterosexual woman definitely influences my interpretation of the text
Definitely.
because I feel or I imagine a woman as, well, I would say person with vagina
Mhm.
receiving whatever it is, but receiving something. Like this person is the receiver and the other person is the giver in this case.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that could be completely different depending on the I mean, if it's Chris that it's the one interpreting it, or it's Jason, or I mean that it's the picture that Mariana has of the poem.
Yes.
Definitely the experiences shape our way of how we understand poems, like this one, for example.
Mm-hmm. And guys, what was your response to the text?
Okay. My response was it made me wonder, and I just wanted like to breathe. I felt calm, and I just felt calm when I read it. I don't know why. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I find it to be very relaxing as well.
Yeah.
Uh, because I think the persona is super happy and in a, I don't know, like in a very relaxed position because of the arms wide open, as the poem mentions. So I imagine this person to be like, this person feels um, super comfortable and
Yeah.
with the position in which they are.
Yeah, it's like this person, not the, I don't know if it's the persona. Yeah, it's like welcomed, like yeah,
Yeah,
it's comfortable with this other person. It's comfortable in the situation, just as Mariana said.
mhm. Definitely both the persona, well, yes, the persona and this other person that this persona is referring to, both of them seem to be really, really happy with their relationship.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Whatever. Okay, sorry.
sorry. Yeah, it seems like they're like happy. As Jason said, there is how do I say, like consentiment?
Consent. Uh-huh.
Consent.
Consent.
Uh-huh.
Consent, sorry. And regarding how I took like the poem, as Mariana said, it was very relaxing, and also it gave me like a different different perspective regarding sex or regarding a kiss, for example, because it made me look at it like from an, well, in this case, of course, from a poetic way, but also from how it can be like art. It can be like projected in this type of works.
All right. So, well, guys, I really enjoyed discussing this point with you, and well, yeah, I guess thank you for sharing. Bye.
Yes, me too.
Okay, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.